I finished upgrading the FIREFLY. And let me tell you, this motherfucker is badass. So, what we got? We got locks up by the nut. I put it behind the nut, and to be honest, I kind of like it. I do like it. It does put a little bit more bend in the strings. I haven't loosened them yet to go ahead and to see what I'm going to be dealing with when I do have to go ahead and retune. But right now it's pretty good. I kind of dig it. Another thing too, I put a TP6 bridge, fine tuning bridge right here. And I gotta be honest, I really like it. I really like it. I have no real tuning issues. The only tuning issue I got is that I changed the strings out. So, anybody who knows, you know that when you change your strings out, they have to be stretched and all this bullshit. Well, that's a little bit of a problem. Alright? I'm sure once these strings are well stretched out and they're worn in, that it's gonna be a lot better, a lot easier to go ahead and keep it in tune with the fine tuner. Because that's the only thing I can figure. Because the tuner's not slipping. The tuner's working just the way it's supposed to. Another thing too, I don't know if you noticed from the last video, but I did change the pickups out. So I got these pickups from GuitarFetish.com. I actually got them out. I got them on clearance, but they're not microphonic at all. Like, they're perfect. Check this out. Whoa, nothing. So they sound really, really good. No feedback. There's no feedback. I like feedback though, so I can force it to feedback if I wanted to. The sustain issues there, it isn't there no more. A couple of bad notes. What's gonna happen? All right, so the pickups are badass. I really like the pickups. This here, that pickup right here. Thick sound to them, really nice, perfect for what I got in mind for this axe. So this axe is gonna be my stoner guitar. This is gonna be for my Sabbath, playing fucking stoner rock shit like that. I dig it. This is one of my favorite guitars now. Pickups at two. Now here's another thing too. Any FIREFLY owners, once you take this back cover off, you're going to run into problems when you go ahead and you try to change your pickups out. This is what I ran into. If I lightly brushed a wire, now let me tell you this first. When you take that back cover off, have your phone ready and take a picture of the electronics, how everything's fucking hooked up. Because I'm telling you right now, if you lightly brush a wire, it's going to break the solder. It's going to break the connection to the pod, right? These things were hanging on by a prayer. Like, literally by a prayer. I was trying to move a wire out of the way so I can like unsolder the old pickups, right? And when I pushed that wire slightly, it broke the solder to, well, when I pushed another wire, it broke the solder to the pot. And that wasn't the only one that happened to. Like, it happened to a couple of them. I had to go and check each wire to make sure that they were connected, like, correctly. So I basically had to resolder a lot of the wires going to the pots. The new pickups, I did have a slight problem putting them in. I had to basically squeeze them in because the brackets around the pickups didn't quite fit. Like, they were a little bigger than what the old ones were. I don't know how. It's strange. It was really weird. But they work. I mean, they're in there. They work correctly. This guitar is badass now. This is one of my favorites. I fucking love it. It's awesome. But yeah, beware when you get into these things. You're gonna have some issues like putting in the new pickups. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy another Firefly. I gotta be honest. Looks wise, they look fantastic. For the price you're paying for them, like usually a lot of these guitars go for under $100 or barely over $200. And to be quite honest, like the binding on them, it's a little sloppy, but it's not really that bad. The finish is pretty badass too. Like, I don't have any issues with any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't have an issue with pretty much anything. I mean, there is some shit. I mean, like the you know, there's loose screws, stuff like, it's like a Walmart employee put it together. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, if you're looking for something to build on, you probably want to get one of these. I've heard horror stories about customer service not doing what they're supposed to do as far as like fixing any problems. Like if you get a guitar and the neck's whopped, or you got a crack or something like that, there's like a lot of people told me like customer service is a big pain in the ass. I never, luckily enough, I never ran into that problem. All right. I was going to film myself installing all this hardware, but I got too excited and I went ahead and did it anyway without filming it. So, sorry, it happened. But the next guitar I show off is hanging on the wall right there. And, that one's a beast. And it's under $300. So I'm gonna show that one off too. And I'm actually contemplating putting on, like, upgrading the bridge to a T6 bridge, a TP6 bridge, and putting the lock and nut on there. Now that one's got a synthetic nut, so I have no problems popping that nut out and putting on the string locks. But we'll see. So, anyway, guitar's badass now. Fucking dig it. Love it. Can't wait to get these strings worn in so that I don't have to keep fucking with it so much. And Firefly is a brand. You know, I mean, if you're looking for something to build on, this is probably the best way to go besides getting a kit, you know. And I've contemplated getting a kit, but then you also have to go and you have to level the frets and do the setup and all that kind of stuff. And I'm okay at doing a minor setup, but as far as a complete setup with filing frets down and shit like that, like, I don't know if I'm really confident in doing that. But then again, I mean, some of those kits go as low as like $70. So, you know, if you want to learn, spend $70 and go ahead and get a kit and go ahead and do it. But like I said, Firefly, as far as a brand to build upon, it's worth considering. You know, they do have some great looking guitars. Like I said, I got lucky on this one. And it is definitely one of my favorite guitars. Also, no neck dive. Like, there's really no neck dive. And this is not a leather strap. This is a synthetic strap. So, and I don't feel like it wants to drop. That's another thing, too. Like, it's got good weight on it, you know? It's definitely not like a gib. Anyway, you guys take it easy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.